At the beginning of every season, there are a lot of surprising changes and things that we miss. But at the beginning of Season 9, nobody was ready for one of the most iconic guns in Fortnite to be vaulted. This was a complete blindside for the entire Fortnite community, and nobody was prepared for it. Hey everyone, my name is Snowta, and I make videos that quickly dig a little deeper into the gaming community and give my opinion on what is actually going on. If you like videos like this, go ahead and click the subscribe button and gently click the bell so you don't disturb anyone around you. Also, follow me on Twitter. I'm super active there, so that's the best way to connect with me and interact. To start, I'm going to talk through some of the reasons why removing the pump is bad for the game, and then at the end, I'm going to give 3 suggestions as to how they could have done it better, the last being my favorite. So let's get right into it.
Why do I even use the gun, bro? Like, why do I pick it up? Why do I think every single time I pick up a great tech, it's going to be any different?
The first reason getting rid of the pump was bad for Fortnite is because it doesn't make sense with the current competitive build meta. In competitive Fortnite, and especially in the World Cup, the build and hold meta is pretty much what you have to do if you want to survive during the late game. And one of the main ways you get kills while the storm is moving and rotating around is by placing a very precise shot with the pump when people run out of their builds. This could include hitting a headshot for over 200 damage, but this could also mean hitting a body shot for only 100. By late in the game, people are running around out of shields with no healing, so everyone is below 200 HP, and if you're at 200 HP, you're at a massive advantage. And with the skill at competitive Fortnite being so high, there are very few places that pros make mistakes, so you need to give them tools so that they can capitalize on the mistakes of others. The second reason why removing the pump was bad for Fortnite was that it lowers the skill gap even more. With any battle royale game, it is hard to make the game competitive while also being fun and attractive to newer audiences, and Epic knows this. However, they have been catering to noobs and casual players almost to a fault in my eyes, and they are forgetting their core audience that loves the competitive while few items. And with the skill gap shrinking between experienced players and noobs, the game can feel less rewarding. And when games lose their sense of satisfying accomplishment, they lose players to other games that hang on to those core needs. I knew Fortnite was headed for this point for a while. And no, I'm not saying that Fortnite is dying or will anytime soon, but especially after the last couple of seasons with the major changes they have brought, you can tell that Epic is more concerned with casual play than seeing their game shine and even thrive on the big stage. One of the biggest places you can see the skill gap shrinking is in normal games. There are fewer and fewer ways that a very good player could outplay someone that wasn't as good as they were. And I'm not talking pro to noob level, but just someone that understands the game a little bit more. At first, it was who could build better. Now everybody builds like a madman. Then for a long time after that, it was who could get a wall during a build fight and make a quick edit play. These evolving strategies for outplaying opponents are important to the way that a game develops during its lifespan and the way the player base learns and plays the game. But with the constant changes with adding and vaulting weapons, constantly evolving game mechanics like the balls and other stupid mobility items, it just makes it easier for bad players to sneak by in competitive play and also in normal games. Also, I want to identify that you could argue that the combat shotgun has a smaller reticle, making it harder to hit your target, which I will mention during the last part of this video. But on a gun that does so much mediocre damage like the combat shotgun, I have to disagree with this statement.
I can get it. Okay, that was pretty good.
Why do you hit less than the second shot? And the third? But you hit a lot of damage at first.
I don't understand.
That makes no sense.
What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense.
Even though I'm saying all of this, I need to mention that I have been a big defender of Epic, even when the community has bashed them for their changes. They're a multi-million-dollar company with many resources, and they know their game and player base much better than anyone else does. So even though I'm not a fan of some of the changes, I have to trust that they know what they're doing and have a plan in the future that makes sense with this decision. Okay, now on to my favorite part. These are the 3 ways that I think that Epic could have done it better, or maybe if they're thinking about reverting, which they're not, they could go back and make these changes. The first thing they could have done is make the reticle on the pump shotgun the same size as the combat shotgun. This would keep the gun at the same balance level, but increase the amount of skill and accuracy needed to use it effectively. Now, this isn't just decreasing the reticle size so that it's easier to hit the target with your entire reticle, but it would make it harder not to miss completely or have only half of your reticle hit the target. The second thing that they could do is bring back two fan favorites, which it's epic, so we know this isn't gonna happen, so we're pretty much dreaming. But they could bring back the pump shotgun and the tac SMG. But when doing this, they could decrease the headshot damage of the pump to eliminate one-shots and give more space for counterplay. This one is pretty dreamy and unrealistic, so let's just move on to the last and my favorite one. My favorite option for Epic is for them to bring back the pump in its original form in all 4 variations, but then also replace the tac shotgun with the combat shotgun. I think people really like the mid-range capabilities of the combat shotgun, and it is very different from the pump, but a lot better than the tac. Nobody uses the tac. Let me know in the comments if you think they should bring back the pump and if they should make any other changes. This has been Snowta, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.